Today we'll discuss yung most valuable assessment test in ESAS, pero hindi na napa-exam yata. Pero discuss pa rin natin. Okay, so we have 50 questions na i-discuss. So, ESAS ito. Okay, somehow parang refresher yung datingan. Okay. So, let's try number 1. Okay, basic. So, try natin. What is the volume occupied by 0.252 mole of nitrogen? So, given natin sa race, number of moles, 0.252 moles. Okay, we have nitrogen. Okay. At 100 degrees Celsius and 85.6 kilopascal. So, tinatanong required, okay, volume. Okay, in terms of liters at pressure na 100 or 85.6 kilopascal and temperature na 100 degree Celsius. Okay, so problem number 1, this is thermodynamics. Sir, yung solution, maraming possible solution. Okay? Pag thermodynamics, pwede natin paikot-ikutin. So kung saan kayo mas komportable, yun yung gawin nating solution. Okay? Maraming possible solution. Pero ito yung basic solution. Okay? Sanay lang talaga ako sa basic formula. So yung mga solution na ipe-present ko, puro basic lang talaga. Okay? So ang basic solution ko dito is yung favorite formula natin. Pag ideal gas law, hindi nawawala, paborito mo. So PB, M, RT. Okay? So yung PB, M, RT na yan, sir, this is for ideal gas law. Okay? Somehow pwede yung palitan. Kasi kung hindi given si mass, okay, pwedeng given si number of moles. So pag given si number of moles, nagbabago lang ito ng konti. So magiging PB, N, R bar, T. Iisa lang yan. Pare-parehas na yan. So, PBMRT or PB and RT. Yung R bar natin na to, this is universal gas constant. This is gas constant, tinatandaan. Tama ba? Ano value ng R bar? Ano value nito? Review na rin. ESAS, ano value ng R bar? Yung typical value. Sir, it's true. I love you. Di ba yung formula natin? 8.3, 143. Anong unit? Anong unit ito? Kalma lang. Number 1 na lang tayo. Sir, ang unit niya, that is kilojoule per mole Kelvin. Okay, so yan yung basic unit. Ngayon, i-adjust natin ng konti. Kasi, ang tinatanong liters. Okay, tinatanong liters. So, ang gawin ko, yung R bar, hindi 8.3143 gamitin ko. Ang gamitin ko yung liters. Di ba marami itong variation? Pwede siyang 1545 foot-pound force over mole Kelvin. Pwede siyang 0.0821 unit liter ATM over mole Kelvin. So ito yung gagamitin natin. Ay para liters yung lalabas. Kaso dapat susundan natin unit. Dapat ang volume liters, ang pressure ATM, this is mole, this is Kelvin. Ngayon, yung given na to, okay, what is the volume occupied by 0.252 moles of nitrogen? Walang binanggit na pressure dito at temperature. Kaya ang tinatanong yung part na to. Pero bago natin yung isolve, yung part na yan, analyze muna natin to. Since walang binanggit, kung ano yung pressure at temperature, we will assume this is STP. Ay standard temperature and pressure. Kasi wala namang indication, so that is standard. So, substitute ko na. Anong standard pressure? 101.325 kilopascal. Ang kailangan ko, ATM. So, yung 101.325, that is equivalent sa 1 ATM. Tama ba? So, this is 1 ATM. Okay, volume is unknown and is given 0.252. Okay? Okay ko lang yung part na yan, i-rewrite ko naman ulit yan. So, PBNR, R bar is 0.0821, this is liter, ATM, mole, Kelvin. So, this is mole, okay, cancel na yan. Okay, this is ATM, cancel na yan. Okay, and then dapat Kelvin to. So, ano yung standard temperature? Standard temperature natin. Ano ba? Ano ang standard temperature? Okay, ang standard temperature is 0 Celsius. So 0 Celsius plus 273 or 273 Kelvin. Okay, so this is Kelvin, cancel out. So now we can solve for the volume. So sabihin natin this is V1. Okay. So madali lang yung 1 to 50 natin. Okay, konting recall lang. 5.648 liters. Okay? Since we have V1, now we can solve yung volume sa pressure na to. Okay, paano makukuha? So let's assume this is P2, T2, so tinatanong si V2. So apply ko lang sir is yung combined gas law. Alam ko naman yung combined gas law sir, that is P1, V1 over T1 equivalent sa P2, V2 over T2. Okay? So direct substitution na, we will solve for V2. So P1, okay, basic 1 atm or 101.325 kilopascal. V1, 5.648. T1, 0 plus 273. Equivalent siya sa P2, 85.6. V2 is unknown. Temperature 2, 100 plus 273. Right? Shift solve, now we can solve for V2. So answer is 9.1 liters. So hindi lang yan yung possible ways to solve this problem, pero ito yung pinaka-basic. Kagandahan sa solution na to, at least marami ka pang marirecall. Yung mga basic formula, basic values. Okay, so that is problem number 1. Question. Okay, so let's continue. Let's try number 2. We write the given. Calculate the molar mass or calculate the molar of a gas with density. So density is 2.73 gram per liter with a pressure na 1.5 atm and temperature na 22 degrees Celsius. Required, okay, molecular weight, okay, or molar of the gas, molecular weight M, capital M. Okay, so unit should be gram per mole. Okay, gram per mole. Molecular weight. Kasi sa SI, kilogram per mole. Okay? So, let's try number 2. Solution. Okay. So, mole. So, saan natin kukunin yung moles? Kunin natin sa mass. Okay? Sir, paano ba tayo nakakuha ng mass? Nakakuha tayo ng mass pag nag-multiply tayo ng number of moles sa molecular weight. Nakakuha tayo ng mass yan. So, this is our working equation. Okay? Kung nakalimutan mo yung formula na yan, pwede ka naman mag-unit analysis. Ano ba unit nitong mole? Sir, that is gram per mole. Ano ba unit ng moles? So, yun yung number of moles. So, cancel out, magiging unit of mass. So, this is our working equation. So, para makuha natin yung M na yan, sir, kailangan lang pala, makuha ko yung mass over number of moles. So, ang gawin ko, kunin ko muna yung number of moles. Kasi yung number of moles, masasolve. What's our equation sa number of mole? Ano yung formula na ginamit natin kanina? Sir, yung formula na ginamit natin kanina may N doon. So, pwede natin siya ulit gamitin. So, ano yung formula na yun? PB, N, R, T. PB, N, R, T. Okay, so, substitute. Given by pressure, yes sir, 1.5. So, this is 1.5. This is ATM. Okay? Given by yung volume, nasaan ang volume? Density ang given, sir. Since hindi given ang volume, we can assume every 1 liter. Ay, every 1 liter. So, since nag-assume ako ng 1 liter, okay, ano yung magiging mass natin? O, mamaya na natin balikan yung mass na yan, kung di makita kagad. So, I assume 1 liter. So, this is PB and R bar. What's the value of R bar? This is general constant. 0.0821. Pag ang unit liter, ATM. Tama ba? Then temperature, 22 plus 273. Okay? I can solve for the number of moles. .0619 mole. Okay? Therefore, yung mass natin, since I assume 1 liter using density, density is mass over volume eh. Okay, mass is equivalent sa density times volume. Given na yung density na 2.73, this is gram per liter. Nag-assume ako ng 1 liter dito, ganun din assumption dito, 1 liter. So, cancel out. So, ang mass natin, 2.73 grams. Okay, so meron akong mass, meron akong number of moles, direct substitution. Okay, makukuha ko yung molecular weight. So, this is 2.73 gram, mole naman natin, 0.0619 mole. Okay, simplify, molecular mass is equivalent sa 44.1 okay, gram per mole. Okay, so, of course, choose the best answer, that is letter B. Okay, madali lang naman. Since nasa 26 days na lang tayo, ang kailangan lang gawin is lagi mag-solve. Ang pinakamagandang gawin after ng discussion is mag-resolve. Eh, resolve nyo lang nung i-resolve yung mga dinidiscuss. After mag-resolve, for sure marami pa kayong time, mag-solve pa. Mag-solve lang ulit. So, ganun lang gawin natin for 26 more days. Okay, so, nandun na tayo. Okay, wag lang bibitaw sa momentum pag-review. Okay, number 3, chemistry. Okay, determine the pH value of the solution with 3.2 times 10 to the negative 8 hydrogen ion concentration. So, tinatanong is yung pH value. Okay? So, madali yung item na to, kailangan na maalala yung basic formula. So, naalala ba yung formula? Ano yung formula natin? Yung pH value sa is equivalent sa ano bang formula niyan? Negative log ng hydrogen concentration. So, ganun lang naman sir. Kailangan lang maalala yung formula. Why? Kasi hindi problema. Direct substitution sir. Kailangan lang muna maalala yung formula. Okay? So, wala nang ganong problema dyan. Direct substitution naman, that is 3.2 times 10 to the negative 8. Simplify, this is the pH value of the solution. We have 7.49 or approximately 7.5. Okay, kung naintindihan natin yung 3 or nasolve natin yung 3, for sure, yung number 4, nasolve nyo rin. Ay, for sure, nasolve din ito. Ay, bakit sir? Kasi we have the same question. Nagbago lang ng mga given. Tanong naman dito, what's the hydrogen ion concentration if the pH value is 5.5? So, tinatanong yung hydrogen concentration. So, same formula, ito lang yung nawala. Substitute ko na. So, 5.5 negative logarithm ng hydrogen concentration. So, shift solve. So, value 3.16 times 10 to the negative 6 ion concentration. So, that's number 4. Ayan, number 5, statics. Okay. What's the moment of the cylinder given yung radius na 5 meters and mass 5 kilogram? Yung may cylinder. Solution. Okay, so yung mga ganitong tanong, it requires formula na dapat tandaan. So hindi na tayo nagdi-derive ng formula. Kailangan na lang tandaan yung mga mass moment of inertia. For cylinder, ang mass moment of inertia, ay madalas naman yung cylinder eh. So make sure i-memorize na. Ay madalas itanong talaga to. So, naalala ba yung formula? Okay, sir, naalala, that is simply 1/2 mr squared. So please memorize. Okay, why? Kasi direct substitution na after matandaan yan. So 1/2, mass is 5, radius is 5 squared. Okay, so this is the mass moment of inertia of that cylinder. Answer, 62.5. Number 6. Okay. What horsepower required to raise? Okay, so tinatanong is power in terms of HP. Okay. To raise 150 kg of drum. So mass, okay, 150 kg. Okay. To a height of 20 meters. Okay. Height 20 meters. Okay. Over a period of time, 1 minute. So, time, 1 minute. Okay, so, tinatanong is work or power. Okay, what's the power required? Okay, solution. Okay. So, thermodynamics lang. Okay, basic thermodynamics. So, meron tayong mass, okay, na 150 kg, i-akyat daw natin. Okay, i-akyat daw natin. So, basic formula na lang. So, para makakuha tayo ng power, ang definition ng power, that is work over time. That's the rate ng work mo. So, pag sabi rate over ng work mo, that is power. So, that is work over time. So, that is power. So, i-define pa natin yung work. Okay? Anong definition ng work? Sir, ang basic definition ng work, that is simply force times distance. So, force times distance over time. Direct substitution. Meron na tayong force, meron tayong distance, meron tayong time. Makukuha yan lahat. Okay? Kailangan lang marunong tayo sa units, conversion. Kasi kailangan, final answer is HP. Okay? So, saan natin kukunin yung force? Saan natin kukunin yung force? Sir, meron tayong mass. So, makakuha tayo ng force. Yung force na bubuhatin natin, yun din yung weight. So, yung force na yan, yun yung weight na bubuhatin natin. So, that is simply mg. Okay? So, unit ng weight is force. So, mass, that is 150 kilogram times 9.807 or 9.81 meter per second squared. So, this is the force times distance. Distance is 20 meters over time. Ang time natin is 1 minute. Okay, so gawin ko lang 1 minute, 60 seconds. So, cancel out. Okay? Simplify. Oh, we have an answer. We have 490.5. Okay, so this is the power developed. Ang question dito, anong unit to? Anong unit yan? Anong unit yung kilogram meter per second squared? Anong unit yung kilogram meter per second squared? Ano ba lang? Anong unit yun? Newton. So, Newton times meter. This is joule. Joule per second. This is watts. Okay, tama naman eh. Okay? This is watts. Kailangan HP, so basic conversion. 1 HP ng watts. Ilan? 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 7? 746. Tama, 746. Ibang nasa isip ko. 746 ka. Okay? Lalabas na. 0.66 HP. Yung mga ganyan tanong, kaya-kaya ito. Okay? For sure, masusolve mo yan. Okay? Kailangan lang confident ka. Okay? Kailangan lang yung given pa lang, alam mo na kagad yung formula na gagamitin. Okay? So, wala namang ganong trick. Okay. Number 7, thermodynamics. Okay? I'm sure pag thermodynamics, okay, hindi kayo kakabahan. Madali lang naman termo. Tama ba? Sa ESAS, yan yung favorite nyo eh. Tama ba? Hindi ka ano? Okay, let's try number 7. Okay? Oh, madali ito. Dapat ka favorite natin ito eh. Madali itong tanong na to for thermodynamics. So, we have a mass. Okay? 200 gram of apple is thrown from the edge of the tall building with an initial speed of 20 meters per second. So, this is the initial speed. Okay? What is the change in kinetic energy if the apple, if it strikes the ground at, so ito yung final velocity niya, 50 meters per second. So, tinatanong, change in kinetic. Change in kinetic. Ayaw, sobrang dali na sir. Anong formula ng kinetic energy? 1/2 mv squared. So, alam ng lahat yan. So, I'm sure na-solve to. So, 1/2 m. Since change yung tinatanong, so change yung velocity niyan. So, final minus initial. Okay. So, kailangan lang consistent tayo sa units. Gawin nating SI. Ang problema lang naman yung mass. So, this is gram. So, gawing kilogram. So, yun lang yun. Direct sub na to. So, 1/2. This is 0.5 kilogram. Okay. Velocity 50 squared minus 20 squared. Okay. Unit ito, meter squared per second squared. Simplify, calculate, answer. Ay, ba't 0.5 to? 0.2 lang. Okay, 0.2. So, answer is 210 unit joule. Okay, kasi this is kilogram lang. Pero kung kilogram per second yan, watts ang lalabas. Okay, so depende kung ano yung mass. Kung mass flow rate or simple mass. Okay, hopefully binibilang natin yung mga sagot natin. So, sa 1 to 50 na to, ang magandang score is dapat di ka na bumaba sa 40. So, kung trinay mo sagutan yan, dapat di na bumaba sa 40. Okay, kasi nag-refresh na rin tayo dito. Okay, nag-evaluate na rin. Number 8. Fluid mechanics. Madali yung fluid. Lalo na yung mga ganyang question. Determine the vertical pressure due to a column of water 85 meter high. So meron tayong column of water. It is our water. Okay? 85 meters. Okay, determine the pressure. Okay, pressure, vertical pressure. Okay? So, sabihin natin, this is point A. So, tinatanong, pressure sa A. So, analyze. Sir, meron tayong tubig dito, tinatanong yung pressure. So, derive formula na yan. Paulit-ulit lang naman eh. Ano yung pressure exerted by the fluid given yung height? Ano yung pressure na yan? That is gamma H. So, that is gamma H. So, pressure, because due to height, simply gamma H. Okay? So, gamma is a constant. Okay? Depende kung ano yung fluid natin. Sabi dito, water. So, ano gamma ng water? Sir, 9.81. Anong unit? Anong unit? Madali lang yung tanong. Ayaw nyo mas-solve na eh. Okay? Pinapolish lang natin yung data or yung alam natin mga value. Anong unit ulit ito? Unit. Alam niyo yung value eh. Unit lang ang tinatanong natin. Anong unit yung 9.81? Sir, that is kilo Newton per cubic meter. So that is the unit. Okay? Kilonewton per cubic meter times the height, 85 meters. Okay? So cancel out. So kilonewton meter square, that is kilo pascal. So ang sagot sir is 833.85. This is kilo pascal. Okay? Ang choices natin sir, hindi kilo pascal, pero isa lang naman yung 833. So for sure, letter D na yan. Tama ba? Pero what if puro 8.33 yan? Okay, puro 8.33 yan. Ang magkakaiba lang yung exponent. So what if ganun? So make sure naintindihan talaga. Ano ibig sabihin ng Newton meter squared? So this is Pascal. Ibig sabihin, yung mga unit na yan, puro Pascal. So, pag kinonvert ko to sa Pascal, ang ibig sabihin ng kilo is times 10 to the 3. So, imumove ko yan ng 3. So, sa Pascal, that is 833,850 Pascal. Okay? Yan ibig sabihin ng kilo. So, minove lang yan hanggang dito. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, answer is 8.33. Okay? Times 10 to the 5 Pascal. Okay? So, answer talaga, letter D. Okay? So, nilinaw lang natin kasi sometimes, exponent yung pinapalitan. So, make sure naintindihan yung kilo or yung paglilipat-lipat lang. Okay? Basic lang naman yun, nilinaw lang natin. So, kaya-kaya nyo naman. Okay, number 9. By the way, lahat ng sinosolve natin dito is mga past board exam sa AE na lumabas sa ESAS. Okay? Iba-ibang taon lang, pero mga past board exam, mga recent past board exam. So, mapapansin natin, it gives hope kasi ganyan pala yung level ng tinatanong. Okay? Sa lagi bang ganyan? Majority ganyan. Okay? Merong part na mahirap sa ESAS, pero hindi naman lahat mahirap. Okay? Kaya may mahirap para ma-determine yung top notcher. Kasi kung lahat madali, lahat top notcher. So, nagbibigay sila ng mga difficult para lang makita yung mga top notcher. Okay? Pero, majority of the question, nasa easy, tsaka moderate yung difficulty. Okay? So, parang mga ganito lang. Okay? So, kung nakakapag-solve tayo ng ganitong tanong, mga basic question, okay, sobrang laki ng chance na pumasa. Okay? Plus, dapat palabas na tayo ng terms. Kasi sabihin natin, may lumabas na 30 terminologies. Okay? Kung palabas na ka, sigurado ka sa 30 o plus 30 ka agad. Kailangan na lang natin, sir, maka 40 na problem solving. Sir, 40 ba yung madadali? For sure, maraming madali. Ay, madami na nga yung 15 na mahirap eh. Okay? So, yung 85 lahat madali. So, kaya-kaya. Eh, sir, paano yung mga mahihirap? Di ko talaga masolve. Eh, tinandaan mo. Ilooks pa mo. O, pwede ka pa mag-top. Okay? Pwede pa mag-top. So, walang imposible. Basta gusto. Okay? Let's try number 9. Okay? Basic ito. Pass board. 1/4 cubic meter volume of water. So, we have volume ng water. 1/4. Okay? Cubic meter. Heated by 5 kilowatts of heating oil. It is contained in a 1 kilogram aluminum. So, mass ng aluminum, 1 kilogram. Okay? From 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. So, nagbago yung temperature from 20 naging 25 degrees Celsius. Find the total heat gain by the water and the container. Note that the CP of the aluminum is 0.22 calorie per gram. So, sir, required total heat gain by the water and the container. So, madali lang yan. Yung total, yan yung heat na nakuha ng water, tsaka yung heat na nakuha ng container. Okay? Elaborate natin, sir. Expound natin. Anong heat yung nakuha ng water? Anong klaseng heat? We have two types of heat na na-discuss sa thermodynamics. Isang sensible, isang latent. Anong heat yung nakuha ng water? Sensible heat. Kasi yung tubig natin, 20 naging 25. So, sensible heat yan. So, M, Cp, delta T. So, water yung kino-consider. So, lagyan ko ng subscript. Okay? Doon sa container, ganun din. Yung container, nag-init din naman from 20 to 25. So, sensible heat din yun sa container. So, M, C, delta T. So, syempre, container yan, aluminum, aluminum. Okay? Given CP, constant, tama ba? Mass, may volume, so madali siya. Masasolve talaga. Ngayon, kapag hindi yan natin na-solve, ibig sabihin, kinabahan ka. Ay, yun lang yun eh. Kasi alam mo yung solution eh. Pag di mo yan na-solve, kinabahan ka lang. Pag di mo yan na-solve, hindi ka confident sa mga ganitong tanong. So, sir, ba't hindi confident? Malamang, hindi ka nakapag-practice ng ganitong tanong. So, kumuha ng confidence sa bahay. Kasi so, kaka-practice, magiging confident talaga tayo. Okay? Sagutan natin, sir. Let's solve for the mass. Makukuha yung mass kasi may volume. So, density is mass over volume. Hence, mass is density times volume. So, ano volume natin? 0.25 meter cube. Okay, ano density ng tubig? Okay, 1,000 kilogram per cubic meter. So, cancel, we have 250 kilogram. Okay? Maging consistent lang tayo Tinatanong na final unit calorie. So, gawin natin calorie. Okay? So, substitute ko na kasi kompleto na talaga yan eh. Kailangan lang, sir, calorie. Okay? Substitute. Mass, 250 kilogram. CP of water, yung basic na lang. Yung lang din kabisado ko, basic 4.187 unit. Dapat alam natin unit kasi hindi tayo makakapag-convert ng walang unit. Unit? Kalma lang, kalma. This is kilo, so this is kilojoule per kilogram Kelvin. Tama. Okay? Temperature, 25 minus 20 Celsius. Since delta naman yan, delta, cancel na rin to. Okay? Cancel yung kilogram. Okay? Yung kilojoule gawin kong calorie. Kasi final unit, calorie. Basic lang naman yan, sir. Magko-convert lang ako. Okay? Nasaan yung conversion? 1 kilocalorie, equivalent sa ilan? 1 kilocalorie, ilang kilojoule? Parehas lang, sir. Parehas lang yung value. So, that is 4.187 kilojoule. Okay? So, kilocalorie yan. So, 1 kilocalorie, that is 1,000 calorie. Okay? So, cancel yung kilocalorie, cancel yung kilojoule, cancel yung 4.187. Okay? So, unit nito, calorie. Okay? Plus, okay? Mass ng aluminum. Ilan ang mass ng aluminum? 1 kilogram. Pero yung CP ng aluminum na given, gram. So, mag-adjust na tayo para dire-diretso. So, ang gawin ko, imbis na 1, ilagay ko 1,000. So, this is 1,000 gram para mag-cancel. Ang C ng aluminum, 0.22 calorie per gram Celsius. So, cancel na yung gram. Okay? Yung delta T dito, 25 minus 20 Celsius, cancel na yung Celsius. Okay? Kayang-kaya to. Okay, madali lang. Kailangan lang tingnan yung units. Okay, pag tinignan ko na yung units, consistent calorie na yan, final answer pa kagad. So, what is the final answer? So, answer is 125.1100 calorie. Question. So answer is letter A. 125.1100 calorie. Let's try number 10. Fluid mechanics. Okay to, if the absolute pressure at the bottom of the ocean is 120, so we have P absolute, okay, 120 kilopascal, okay, this is at the bottom of the ocean, we have ocean, okay. How deep is the water at this point? Okay, how deep is the water at this point? Okay, we can visualize. Pag visualize mo, hindi ka na talaga magkakamali. Okay? So, meron tayong ocean, sa lalim na to, okay, we have H. Ang pressure daw dito is 120 kilopascal absolute. Okay? So, tinatanong, gaano yan kalalim? Basics sa fluid mechanics. Okay, the substitute. So, P absolute is equivalent, basic formula. Ano yung basic formula ng absolute pressure? That is simply gauge pressure plus P atmospheric. Tama ba? Okay? So, substitute ko na. Yung P atmospheric, since walang given, yan yung standard. Ano yung standard natin? 101.325. Okay, kilo Pascal. So, this is given. This is 120. Ngayon, sir, nasan yung gauge pressure? Yung gauge pressure, yan yung, this is the atmospheric. Ito yung gauge. Okay, yan yung pressure exerted of the liquid, because of the liquid. Okay, so ano yung formula natin ng gauge pressure? Gamma H. The direct sum na, sir. So, 120 equivalent sa gamma. Ano yung gamma natin?
SG times.
Okay, so doon marami nagkakamali. Sir, pag kinalimutan. Bakit? Kasi ang kailangan natin, ang liquid natin, ocean. So, dapat gamma ng ocean, height sa ocean. Okay? So, kailangan gamma ng ocean. So, paano makuha yung gamma ng ocean? SG times gamma ng water. Ano yung SG ng ocean? This is constant, hindi given, pero kailangan tinatandaan. Ilan to? 1.03. Okay? Crucial yan. Kailangan mo yung isama kasi ocean tayo. So, 1.03 times gamma ng water, 9.81 times the height, unknown, plus 101.325. Okay, shift solve, now we can get the height. So, answer is 1.85 meters. So, this is the height ng ocean at the bottom. That's letter B. Okay, number 11. At what temperature will the Fahrenheit and centigrade reading be the same? So Fahrenheit, centigrade reading, parehas. Okay, first possible solution is applying formula. Okay, ano yung formula natin? Pang recall lang. Celsius equivalent sa ilan? Ilan? O hindi nyo na talaga tinandaan. That is? Celsius. Ano ba talaga? Okay, tingnan mabuti ha. Tignan lang. Huwag nang kopyahin. Bakit sir? Baka matutunan. Okay? Tignan lang. Okay sir, ang formula is 5/9 Fahrenheit minus 32. This is the basic formula. Okay? Required bang tandaan? Hindi. Okay? Pero pinapakita lang natin for references. Para lang maalala. Okay? May formula ganyan. So, since parehas nga sila, C equivalent sa 5/9. Okay, this is the same. So, gawin ko na lang C minus 32. So, we have one unknown, one equation. Shift solve. What's the temperature? Ilan? Negative 40. Right? So, negative 40, parehas yung value ng Fahrenheit at Celsius. So, answer, letter C. Okay? Some of the students, hindi na yan sinusolve. Why? Kasi, low spam. Okay? Yan lang talaga yung temperature na parehas sila. Okay? Yan lang talaga. So, pag tinanong yan sa board exam, hindi mapapalitan yan. So, pwedeng tandaan. Or, kung ayaw mong magtanda, ayaw mong tandaan yung sagot, ayaw mong tandaan yung formula, paano gagawin ko sir? Punta ka sa shift 8:38. Tama ba? Ang gawin mo, may choices, pindutin mo isa-isa. Kung sino hindi magbabago, siya na yun. Okay? Ano ba yung 8:38? Fahrenheit to Celsius ba to? Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay, Celsius to Fahrenheit. O, try natin. Negative 30. Negative 30 ba yan? Hindi, sir. Negative 38. Negative 38 ba yan? Hindi, sir. Negative 40. Negative 40 ba yung lumabas? Yes, sir. O, tapos na yung usapan. Pwedeng ganun. Okay? You have 3 possible solutions. Isang pang wizard, isang pang look spammer, isang pang madiskarte. Okay? Pare-parehas ng answer. Okay? Pare-parehas. Sir, ano yung sa inyo dyan? Itong look spam. Okay? Kasi nakabisado ko na, kakasolve. Okay? Yung mga solver natin, kaysa ayaw nila sa gusto, nagiging look spammer din yan. Kasi nasolve mo na eh. Okay? And then, ang ginagawa lang ng solver, nire-resolve lang ulit. Kasi naninigurado lang. Kasi kayang mag-solve. So kayo, ganun din gagawin natin. Pag sa board exam, bitawan si CalQ. Pagkakuha ng tanong, bitawan si CalQ. Ano gagawin, sir? I-scan mo yung 1 to 100. Okay? Asterisan mo na lahat ng looks pa mo. Okay? Bakit sir? Yung asterisk na yan, yan yung tentative answer mo. Okay? Pag hindi mo mapalabas, yung tentative answer, that will be your final answer. Hindi mo mapalabas eh. Okay? Pero pag napalabas mo, you can verify. Okay? Kung nagbago or hindi nagbago yung given. Okay? So, ganun yung ginagawa. Let's try number 12. Lali lang yung 12. Basic lang. Okay? On an ordinary day, the temperature of a room containing 400 cubic meters, so we have an initial volume, okay, 400 cubic meter, okay, okay, of air is 30 degrees Celsius. During the El Niño phenomenon, the temperature rises to 40 degrees Celsius. So 30 degrees Celsius, nagiging 40 degrees Celsius because of the El Niño, okay? What volume of air leaves the room through an open window? Coefficient of volume of expansion is 3670 times 10 to the, kulang lang given Okay, kaya hindi siguro masasolve yan, pero kulang lang given. So, kumpletuhin ko lang, yung coefficient of volume ng expansion, 3670 times 10 to the negative 6, kulang lang ng negative 6. Okay? Pero kahit hindi given yung negative 6, lalabas pa rin naman sagot by analysis. Okay, by analysis. So, kinumpleto ko lang. Okay? So, this is per degree Celsius. Okay, solution. Okay? Kahit di mo alam yung formula nito, okay? Kung iintindihin mo yung given, masasolve natin. Saan ang tinatanong? Volume ng air. Volume ng air yung tinatanong. Okay? Sir, hindi ko alam yung formula. Tingnan mo yung given. Pag di mo alam yung formula, titignan mo lang yung given. Okay? Mag-unit analysis tayo. Sir, ang tinatanong volume. Okay? Meron akong volume dito. Tama ba? Pero this is not the answer for sure. Okay? Ang tinatanong yung mas maliit na value. So, paano mangyayari dyan? By simply multiplying. Okay? Yung volume na yan, pag minultiply ko dito, this is per degree Celsius. So, magiging unit ko, meter cube per degree Celsius. Hindi pwedeng per degree Celsius. So, paano magkakasin degree Celsius? Pag-multiply ako temperature. Sir, anong temperature? Delta T. Okay, that is basic analysis. So, ang formula natin ng volume kasi talaga, that is the initial volume, okay, expansion times delta T. Okay, so, unit analysis, direct substitution. So, volume is 400 cubic meter, expansion, 3670 times 10 to the negative 6, delta T, 40 minus 30. Simplify, this is the volume ng air. Okay? Kahit hindi given yung negative 6, pag multiply mo yan, makukuha mo yung magnitude. Yun pa rin yung sagot. Okay? Kahit hindi given yung negative 6. Kaya hindi mo alam yan. Huwag mong lagyan. Multiply mo, 14.68 pa rin. Okay? So, kuha pa rin to. So, 14.68 cubic meter. Okay? Make sure marunong mag-adjust. Okay? Sometimes, yung board exam, madali yung tanong, sometimes kulang lang ng given. Kung nangyari, parang yan. Nakalimutan i-type yung 6, negative 6. Okay? So, ikaw talaga mag-a-adjust doon. Okay? Sometimes, madali yung tanong, di lumalabas yung sagot. So, pag di lumalabas yung sagot, madali yung tanong, may mali sa given. Sir, nasan yung maling given? Ikaw yung mag-a-analyze minsan. Okay? So, mag-adjust tayo. So, if ever maranasan nyo sa Apple board exam, ikaw na mag-adjust. For example, ganito yung tanong, hindi lumalabas yung sagot. Pero ito lang talaga yung formula. Try mong pagbalik ta rin minsan. Kaya gawin mo 760, tapos pindutin mo kung lalabas yung sagot doon. Okay? Laro-laruin nyo lang yung given. Pero most of the time naman, kumpleto at tama. Okay? Meron lang talagang tanong sa board exam na konti lang naman yun, okay? Kulang given, mali yung pagkakatype, nagkabaliktad, so adjust na lang. Let's try number 13. Okay? At her highest point, a girl on the swing is 7 feet above the ground, and at her lowest point, she is 3 feet above the ground. What is her maximum velocity? So, you can visualize. Pinakamaganda dito, mag-visualize. If ever meron tayong swing, okay, nandito yung girl, paupo, okay, ito yung lowest point niya for sure. So, this is the lowest point ng girl, 3 feet above the ground. Nag-swing na siya, okay, nandito na siya, ito pa rin yung girl natin, nakaupo, nagsiswing, okay, yung maximum height naman niya, upon swinging, is 7 feet above the ground. Okay, ang tanong, what is her maximum velocity? Okay, analyze lang sir. Pwede natin yung ma-solve using dynamics. Or, pinakasimpleng solution nito using thermodynamics. Okay, nakagandahan ng mga sciences natin, magkakamag-anak, okay, iba-ibang approach, same answer. So, kaya apply ko yung thermodynamics dito, mas dadali. Okay? Mas dadali. Kasi kung isipin ko, apply ko lang yung first law, Masasolve ko na yan. Okay? Ano ulit yung first law ng thermodynamics? Ano yung first law? Ang first law is energy cannot be created nor destroyed. Tama ba? It only transforms from one form to another. Okay? So, ganun lang yung nangyari dito. Nag-transform lang. Kung isipin ko, okay, bakit ba aakyat yung bata dito? Ba't ba umakyat? Kasi meron siyang velocity. Tama? Dito wala siyang velocity. Nung nag-swing siya, nagkaroon siya ng velocity, ba't siya huminto? Ba't siya huminto dito? Kasi sir, yung velocity, naubos na. Tama? Kasi inihila siya ng gravity. So, anong nangyari? Yung velocity na nandito na-convert into potential energy. So, ang formula natin dyan, kinetic, equate lang natin sa potential. Kasi kung ano man yung potential dito, yun din yung energy na na-transform. Okay, ano ba yung formula ng kinetic energy? 1/2 mv squared. Ano yung potential? Potential? mg h. So, cancel out. So, tinatanong velocity. So, velocity is equivalent sa square root of 2gh. So, paulit-ulit lang yan. Pag may given na height, ang velocity is square root of 2gh. Okay? Substitute. So, this is square root ng 2. Feet per second tayo. Feet per second. So, ibig sabihin yung G natin, English. So, ilan yon? 32.2. So, this is 32.2. What is our height? Okay, sir, ang height natin hindi 7. Kasi ang reference natin, this is 3 feet, this is 7 feet. Ang reference natin ng height, ito lang. Kasi ito yung lowest point eh. So, ang height na gagamitin dito, hindi 7, kundi 4. So, that is 7 minus 3. Okay. So, answer na. So, answer is 16 feet per second. Continue. Number 14. What retarding force is required to stop a .45 caliber bullet? Okay. We are required to calculate the force. Okay. Mass is 20 grams. So, mass ng bullet, 20 grams. Okay. Velocity ng bullet to 300 meters per second. And it penetrate a wooden block to a depth of 2 inches. Okay. Penetrate, so sabihin natin distance 2 inches. Okay. What is the retarding force? Okay. What is the retarding force? Okay. So, para mas-solve natin ng mas madali, visualize natin. If this is the wood, a wooden block, okay? Ito yung bullet natin. Okay? Mabilis yung bullet. Pagdating dito mag-start yung retarding force kasi kinokontra na siya ng wood. Okay? Nung kinontra siya ng wood, bumangon lang yung bullet natin up to 2 inches. Okay? So, ang tanong, what is the retarding force? So, yung retarding force, yan yung parang friction. Okay? So, para makuha yung force, you can solve this using dynamics. Okay? Second law ni Newton. So, ano yung force? Mass times acceleration. Tama ba? Or you can solve this using thermodynamics. Anong apply natin? First law pa rin. Okay? So, yung retarding force, yung force natin dito, okay? So, sabihin natin work, yung retarding force natin, that is equivalent sa, okay, this is my velocity. So, that is equivalent sa kinetic energy. Okay? So, yung work natin, that is yung force na in-apply times the distance traveled. Force times distance. So, this is 2 inches. Okay? Yung kinetic energy naman, ano yung formula natin ng kinetic energy? 1/2 mv squared. So, makuha na yung force. Okay? Mas mabilis yun. Okay? Ngayon, kailangan lang consistent sa unit. Okay? kailangan ko Newton. Okay? Ingat lang, sir, cancelin natin. Huwag ganun. Okay? Hindi yan magka-cancel out basta-basta. So, lagyan ko ng value So, this is the force. Okay? 2 inches. Ibaba ko yung 2 inches dito. Okay? This is 1/2. Ano dapat unit ng mass? Pag substitute natin, ano dapat unit ng mass? Kailangan kilogram, sir. Okay, kailangan kilogram. So, this is 20 grams. Gawing kilogram, 0.02 kilogram. Okay? Velocity, 300 squared. So, this is meter squared per second squared. Okay, anong unit to? Anong unit yan? Pag pinagsama-sama, anong unit yan? Makapagsabi na tayo ng ganito kanina. Anong unit to? This is joules. Okay? This is joules. Okay? Ibig sabihin ng joules, Newton, meter. Okay? So, Newton tinatanong, inches yan, hindi nag-cancel. So, cancelling ko muna. So, 1 inch. Depende, bahala na kayo sa conversion Depende kung saan kayo sanay. Okay? Kahit anong conversion na yan. Kaso sanay ako sa basic So, lagay ko itong 25.4 mm. Doon kasi ako nasanay Or kung gusto mo gawing feet, tapos gawing meters, parehas lang yun. Okay? Kahit anong conversion na yan, basta tama yung conversion. So, 1 meter, 1,000 millimeter. Okay? So, cancel yan, Newton lang natira. Okay? Or pwede yung inch, gawin mong feet, yung feet gawin mong meters. Parehas tama yan. Okay? So, simplify, we have the retarding force. Okay? So, what is the force na kailangan dito? So we have 17,716.535 Newton. Answer letter B. Number 50. Bonus problem. Okay? Hindi tayo magtatagal sa 15 kasi madali ito, sir. A water tank has an orifice of 8 cm squared. So we have an area 8 cm squared. And in one vertical side, 3 meters below the surface. So 3 meters below the surface. Okay, so i-drawing natin yan. If we have a reservoir, okay, yung butas daw dito is 8 cm squared. Ang height nito is 3 meters. Okay, we have a water. Okay? So what is the rate of discharge? Assuming that there is no wasted energy. Okay? What is the rate of discharge? So since may orifice or butas dito, lalabas yung tubig dyan. So ang tinatanong, what is the rate? Okay? What is the velocity nung paglabas? Okay? There is no wasted energy. Ibig sabihin, 100% na-convert yung energy from height into velocity. So, naulit lang talaga, sir. Okay, meron tayong height. Ano daw yung velocity? So, ano yung working equation? Potential, equate mo sa kinetic. Pag nag-derive tayo, what is the formula ng velocity? Ay, hindi na nagbago yan, sir. Bonus talaga yan. Pag may given na height, tinatanong velocity, square root of 2gh. So, hindi magagamit yung area dyan. Okay, panggulo lang yan. So, square root of 2gh pa rin yan. So, direct sub, unit analysis na lang. So, 2, tinatanong meters per second. So, yung G, 9.81. And then, yung height natin, 3. Okay? Direct sub, we get the velocity. Okay, bawal magkamali sa ganitong tanong. Madali lang, sir. 7.67 meters per second. Number 16. A spring with a normal length of 30 cm is attached to a block of 2 kg mass. Okay? Attached to a block of 2 kg mass. So we can visualize para mas madali sa. This is the spring, this is the normal length. Okay? The normal length of the spring is 30 cm. Okay? This is 30 cm. Okay? And then nakatouch daw dito yung mass. Okay? This is 2 kilogram. If the spring is stretched 15 cm, determine the initial acceleration of the block when released. Okay? Hinila natin yung spring stretched by, okay, the spring is stretched 15 cm. So, na-stretch siya 15 cm. Okay? Nandito pa rin yung mass natin. Okay? Determine the acceleration, sa tinatanong acceleration of the block, okay, when released. So, pag binitawan ko yan, sir, what will be the initial acceleration? Assuming that the spring constant is 200 Newton per meter. Spring constant K, 200 Newton per meter. Okay? Solution. Okay. Mag-adjust. Okay, mag-adjust tayo dito. Okay, subukan natin i-solve sa tamang paraan and then mag-adjust tayo. Okay? Ano ba yung solution natin? Tinatanong, sir, acceleration. Anong formula ba may acceleration? Ano bang formula may acceleration? Sir, yung second law ni Newton may acceleration. Tama ba? Ano yung formula na yun? Force equivalent sa mass times acceleration. So that is force over mass, that is acceleration. Okay? Ano ba tayong force? Masasolve yung force. Kasi sir, meron tayong spring. Tama? Alam ko naman yung basics, sir. That the force is directly proportional sa deformation. Tama ba? Pag hinila ko yung spring, mas malaki na force, mas malaking deformation. So pag ginawa ko itong equality, then papasok yung constant K. So general formula natin sa spring, force equivalent sa Kx. Yung force na yan, yan din yung force dito. So pwede ko equate. So mangyayari sa mass times acceleration equivalent sa Kx. Now we can direct substitution na lang, sir. Given mo yung mass, 2. Acceleration, unknown. What is K? What is K? 200, sir. What is X? 15. So, kailangan SI. So, this is 0.15. Kasi this is meters. Ay, para mag-cancel out sila. Ay, shift solve, makuha ko yung acceleration. What's the value? What is the value? 15. So, answer is 15 meter per second squared. Nasa choices ba yung 15 meters per second squared? Wala, sir. May mali ba tayong ginawa? Wala, sir. Kasi yan naman talaga yung approach yan. So, what is our final answer? Pag yan lumabas sa board exam, anong sasagot mo? Anong sasagot mo? Sir, ano ba sinasagot sa board exam pag wala sa choices? Ang sinasagot sa board exam, yung best answer. What is the best answer? Okay. Sir, yung sagot natin yung pinakamalapit. Okay? Pag pinakamalapit, delikado tayo kasi hindi 25 yung sagot. Okay? Ang sagot dito is 30. Answer is 30. Sir, paano nakuha yung 30? Times 2 mo. Diba? Makakuha mo yung 30. Okay? Sir, ganun ba talaga? Hindi naman. Okay? Nagkataon lang. Sir, ano ba nangyari dyan? Malamang, nung tinatype yan, nagkamali lang ng pagbibigay ng data. Eh, malamang, this should be 15. Eh, nagkabaliktad lang, this should be 30. Okay. Para gawin mo tong 0.3, okay, makakuha natin sagot, 30 meters per second squared. So, this is the answer. 30 talaga. Okay, so tayo na lang mag-adjust. Okay, madali naman yung tanong, yung mga formula madadali. Since sinolve natin siya sa tamang given, hindi lumabas yung sagot. So, tayo yung mag-adjust, sir, gawin natin itong 0.3. And now, lalabas na yung tamang sagot. Okay? So, huwag kabahan, hindi naman laging ganyan eh. Okay? May mga chances lang, pero maliit lang yung mga chances na yan. Okay? Mahalaga pa rin yung basic solution. Let's try 17. Okay? 17 is a parallel problem. Okay? Nasolve na natin yan kanina. Yan yung may wood, nag-penetrate. Okay? Nagbago lang ng given, so ang tawag dyan, variation. Okay? Variation lang yan ng same question na sinagutan natin kanina. Hence, masasolve natin. Okay? So, mass, 10 grams. Okay? Velocity, 200 meters per second. Okay? Thickness or yung penetration is 15 centimeter. So this is 0.15 meters. Tinatanong, same question, retarding force. Okay? Kung naalala natin yung formula, that is force times distance work, that is equivalent sa kinetic energy, 1/2 mv squared. So hence, formula natin is 1/2. What is mass? Gawing kilogram, so 0.01. Velocity, 200 squared. Distance, 0.15. So, sobrang dali nito, hindi na ako naglagay ng units kasi consistent na yan. Okay, makuha ko na yung force. So, yan yung average force or yung retarding force. So, answer is 1333.33 Newton. Okay, so yung unang dot, hindi yung dot, akama yan. So, nagkamali lang ng type. Pero obviously, letter A. Okay? Letter A talaga. Okay, number 18. Lumabas na yan sa board exam, thermodynamics yung item na yan. Okay, thermo. A mango fall from a branch 5 meters above the ground with speed in meters per second. Okay, what is the speed in meters per second if it strike the ground? So, meron tayong mangga. Okay. 5 meters above the ground. Okay. Pag nalaglag daw yan, velocity, what will be the velocity if G is 10 meter per second squared? Solution. Okay? Sinasolve yan using dynamics. Tama ba? Meron tayong initial, meron tayong final, meron tayong distance, masasolve yan. Pero, wag nang ganon, matagal pa yon, mas madali yan sa thermodynamics. Nasolve na natin yan. Paano makuha yung velocity? May height pa rin tayo. Yun pa rin naman yun eh. Square root of 2gh. Okay? Wag na mag-dynamics dito. Thermo na lang gamitin. So, that is 2 times G. Yung G, di mo pwede gamitin 9.81 kasi given na talaga to. So, yan ang gamitin. So, 10, height 5. Okay, so answer, 10 meters per second. Pasok tayo sa statics. Okay, a block weighing 500 kilonewton rests on a ramp inclined at 25 degrees with the horizontal. The force tending to move the block down the ramp is, ano daw yung force na magtutulak sa kanyang pababa. So, para ma-solve natin yan, visualize. Okay, pag na-drawing mo ng tama, tapos na yung tanong. Okay, pag na-drawing mo ng tama. Sorry, drawing natin ng tama. We have an inclined plane, 25 degrees with the horizontal. Okay. This is 25 degrees. Okay, nandito yung block natin, ay meron siyang weight na 500 kilonewton. Alam naman natin ang weight, laging vertical yan. So, we have the weight, 500 kilonewton. This is the given. What is the force tending to move the block down the ramp? Ano daw yung force na magtutulak sa kanyang pababa? Okay? Analyze. Walang given na friction, so walang magre-resist dyan. Okay? Ibig sabihin yung object na yan, pag nilagay ko dyan, bababa at bababa yan. Kasi wala namang friction. Okay? So ang tanong, ano daw yung force na magtutulak sa kanyang pababa? Kung i-analyze ko yun, sir, hindi 500 yung nagtulak sa kanyang pababa. Okay? Kasi pag gumawa ko ng component, so gawa tayo X and Y component. Okay? Yung weight na yan, pag breakdown natin into two components, so meron yan WX, meron yan WY. Ganyan yung drawing yan eh. Tama ba? Pag breakdown ko yan into two components, wala nang W dyan. Okay? Hinati ko na kasi. Okay? So ito yung WY component, ito yung WX. The reason ba't siya bababa is because of the WX. So, yung tinatanong dyan, WX. Okay, basic solution. If this is 25, anong angle to? Okay, hindi yan nagbabago. Kung 25 yan, 25 din yan. Pwedeng tandaan na yan. Kung theta yan, theta rin to. Okay, lagi naman ganun. So, kunin yung WX. So, that's the answer, WX. What is WX?
Sine.
So, this is the angle, this is the unknown. So, that is opposite. So, W sine theta. So, direct sum na yan. So, this is 500 sine 25 degrees. So, answer, yun yung force na magtutulak pababa. So, 211.3 kilonewton. Which is the best answer? Of course, that is letter D. 211. Okay. Number 20. Dynamics. Okay. How far does an automobile move while its speed increases uniformly from 15 kilometer per hour to 45 kilometer per hour in 20 seconds? So we have the initial, we have the final velocity. So 15 kph, okay, 45 kph. Given time, 20 seconds. Tinatanong, distance. Required, x. Sabi natin x, distance x. Okay? So, solution. Okay. Madali lang yung formula, direct sum. Okay? Kailangan lang maalala. Ang tip ko sa inyo, pag nakakita ng dynamics na problem, basta isulat mo agad yung tatlong formula. Paulit-ulit na naman yun eh. Sir, bakit sinusulat? Para mas mabilis. Ba't sinusulat? Para laging maalala. Kasi pag paulit-ulit mo ginagawa, there's no reason para makalimutan. So, ano yung tatlo na yun? V, VO, or VI, hindi ko ito initial, VO plus AT. Paulit-ulit lang yan. V squared, VO squared plus 2AX, X, VOT plus 1/2 AT squared. So, laging ganun lang. Laging ganun lang. Isulat mo lang. Hanapin mo yung kailangan, sir. Ang kailangan ko is distance x. Ito yung kailangan ko. Para ma-solve yan, okay, ito lang naman yung may formula na may x, kailangan ko ng acceleration. Para makuha yung acceleration, gagamitin ko muna to. Okay? So, direct sum. Kailangan ng basic tayo ha. Dapat ang unit nito, meters per second. Kasi hindi naman talaga yung basic unit ng velocity. So, final, 45. 45. Gawing meters per second. Ano shortcut natin? Divide ng 3.6 para mabilis. Okay? Equivalent sa initial 15. Divide ko ng 3.6. plus acceleration time 20. So, makuha ko yung acceleration. .4167 meter per second squared. Since may acceleration na ako, pwede to, kahit alin sa dalawa. Okay? So, ito lang gamitin ko. So, x equivalent sa initial, okay? 15 over 3.6 times time, 20 plus 1/2 acceleration, 0.4167 time 20 squared. Direct sum na to. Okay? So, makuha ko na yung distance. So, distance natin is 166.67 meters. Pag nagtanong ng dynamics ng problem, ay wag mo nang pag-isipan, basta isulat mo yung formula. Pag nasulat mo yung formula, doon mo na tingnan kung ano yung pwedeng magamit. Tatlo lang naman yan, kaya mabilis gawin. Okay. Pag may dynamics tayo. Okay, number 21. Okay, let's write the given. 21. Okay? A rotating wheel has a radius of 2 feet and 6 inches. So we have radius 2 feet and 6 inches. A point on the rim of the wheel moves 30 feet in 2 seconds. So we have a distance. Okay? This is our rim. Okay? Meron daw ditong point na kung saan 30 feet na distance na travel niya in 2 seconds. Sabihin natin distance 30 feet. Okay, 30 feet. Okay, or in 30 feet na yan, kung ilang beses man siya umikot, 30 feet. Okay, time niya is 2 seconds. Okay. Find the angular velocity of the wheel. So required, okay, angular velocity. So ano symbol natin ng angular velocity? Omega, sir. So, tinatanong, sir, omega. So, tinatanong is the angular velocity radian per second. Okay, solution. Okay, basic formula, basic recall. Recall lang natin. Okay? Ngayon, meron tayong technique, di ba? Yung formula natin ng rectilinear motion, for example, VO plus AT, V squared, VO squared plus 2AX, okay? X, VOT plus 1/2 AT squared. Ang technique natin, pag rectilinear motion, tapos ang tinanong angular motion or rotational motion, lahat ng yan pinapalitan lang natin. Tama ba? Para maalala yung formula, lahat ng yan pinapalitan. Yung linear velocity, ginagawa nating angular velocity. Yung linear acceleration, ginagawa nating angular acceleration. Yung linear distance, ginagawa nating angular distance. So, pag nag-recall ka ng formula, ganito din. Palitan mo lang yung symbol. So, magiging omega initial plus alpha t. Ganun lang yan, sir. Omega squared, omega initial squared plus 2 alpha theta. Theta, omega t plus 1/2 alpha t squared. Same formula, nagbago lang. Okay? So, sir, magagamit ba ito? Hindi. Nirecall ko lang kasi magandang i-recall. Okay? Kasi ganun talaga pag na-recall nun. Then, sir, kung ang given velocity, linear, gusto kong i-relate or gusto kong i-convert papuntang angular, meron silang relationship. Tama ba? Ang ginagawa natin, sir, nilalagyan natin ng equal sign, and then ang kulang lang, radius. Paglagay ko lang ng radius, tama na yan. Okay? So, ganun lang yung formula natin. Ibig sabihin, sir, since ito yung tinatanong, yan yung gagamitin ko. Velocity is simply radius omega. Eh sir, wala naman akong velocity. Makukuha mo yung velocity kasi mayroon kang given na distance and time. Alam ko sir na yung velocity, that is distance over time lang naman. Tama ba? Hindi mo nakukuha talaga. Okay, so ano yung velocity natin? 30 feet in 2 seconds. So ang velocity ng rim natin is 15 feet per second. Okay? O substitute na dito. So this is 15 feet per second. Equivalent sa radius. Ang radius dapat parehas ng unit. Kung feet yan, dapat feet din to. So, ilang feet yan? Sir, 2 feet and 6 inches. So, in terms of feet alone, so that is 2.5. Tama ba? Kasi 0.5 yung 6 eh. Omega. Shift solve mo, ako na yung omega. Okay, so, what is our angular velocity? Answer is 6 radian per second. 6 radian per second. Answer na yung fit dito. Region na yan. So, din yun. Dito tayo magsulat. So, number 22. A 16-gram mass is moving at 30 centimeter per second. So, we have mass. So, we have a mass 1, 16 gram. Ay velocity 1, ay 30 cm per second. Okay. While a 4-gram mass is moving in an opposite direction. So, sabihin natin, this is mass 2. Okay. 4 gram. Okay. Velocity 2 is 50 cm per second. Okay. Velocity that is vector. Vector units. Kasi pag sabi velocity, may direction. Okay. Ang speed, scalar. Tama ba? Naalala pa ba yung vector tsaka scalar? Pag sinabing vector, meron siyang magnitude and direction. Pag sinabing scalar, magnitude. Okay? So, dun sa dalawang unit na yan, okay, tingin mo ano ka doon dapat? Isa ka bang vector o isa kang scalar? Sir, dapat isa akong vector. Kasi ang vector, sir, merong magnitude, merong direction. Parang tayo, sir. Meron tayong magnitude, meron din tayong direction. Okay? So, make sure nasa vector side tayo. Okay? So, lagyan ko lang ng direction na assuming this is to the right. So, sabi kasi, opposite direction yung V2, this is to the left. Okay? Mahalaga kasi yun. Okay? Sign convention. They collide head-on and stick together. Okay? Find their velocity after collision. So, this is mass 1, this is velocity 1, this is mass 2, this is velocity 2. Okay? Magtatama sila and after collision, okay? After collision, stick together. Okay? What will be their final velocity? So, yun yung tinatanong. V final. Okay? So, parang ganyan lang siya pag visualize. Okay? This is nasa thermodynamics, pwede rin siya sa dynamics, parehas lang naman eh. Okay? So, ang i-apply nating principle is the conservation of momentum. Yun yung apply natin dito sa yung momentum after is equivalent sa momentum before. Okay? Or baliktad. Before and after muna. Momentum before is equivalent sa momentum after. Okay? Alam naman natin pag momentum, sabihin natin momentum, that is mass times velocity. Yan yung momentum natin. Okay, so momentum, mass, 16, velocity 30. So, yan yung momentum dito. Plus, yung momentum dyan, since opposite siya, so, plus muna, plus, mass 2 is 4, yung velocity niya opposite, so negative yun. So, negative 50. Okay? Equivalent siya sa, ano yung mass after? Nagdikit kasi, so total yan. So, mass total, that is 16 plus 4. Mass total yan. And then, velocity final. So, velocity final natin is 14. Unit niyan, cm per second. So, walang cm. So, going meters. So, velocity final is 0.14 meters per second. So, that's letter C. Okay, madali yan. For sure nakuha yan. Okay, for sure nakuha yan. Ayan, 13, dynamics. Okay. Determine the angle of surface elevation for a 200-meter highway curve. So we have the radius, 200-meter highway curve, so that there will be no side thrust at a speed of 90 kph. So velocity is 90 kph. Okay? So tinatanong is the angle of surface elevation, or also known as the banking angle. Yun yung tinatanong dito. Banking angle. Tayo, solution. So, meron tayong formula dito. Ano ba? Meron tayong formula for banking angle. Ang pwede ko na lang i-share today is yung mga techniques para di makalimutan yan. Okay? Kasi kung memorize nyo na siya, better. Kung nahihirapan kayong i-memorize, okay, check nyo kung makakatulong yung simple coding natin. Okay? Para di mo makalimutan yan, kasi ako rin, yung ginagawa ko dati. Gumagawa ko ng mga ways para di ko makalimutan yung formula. Lalo na kung madalas magamit. Okay? Madalas itanong yan. So, angle of elevation or banking angle. So, ang ginawa ko, nilagyan ko ng coding. Ang palatandaan ko lang, tag. Okay? Tag lang yung palatandaan ko. So, pag sinimplify ko yan, so tag lang yung palatandaan. T is for tangent. Okay? A is for acceleration. G is for gravity. So, yun na palatandaan ko, tag. Ngayon, yung A na yan, that is the normal acceleration. So, meron tayong formula sa circular motion. This is normal. Understood na yun na normal. So, ano yung normal acceleration natin? Formula? Kung palatandaan ko naman dyan, avatar. Para maalala ko, avatar. So, that is V squared over R. So, avatar. Okay? Yun lang yun. So, pag inalala ko yan, pag pinagsama-sama ko, lalabas, ano to? Avatar, V squared over R. So, magiging GR. So, ito na yung formula na tinatandaan talaga. Okay? So, ginawa ko lang natin ng konting coding para mas madali ma-recall. Pero kung lagi nyo na siyang memorize, hindi na kailangan ng coding. Okay? So, ano gagawin, sir? Direct substitution. Kailangan nang maalala yung formula. So, theta is equivalent sa tangent inverse ng velocity 90. Ano dapat unit? Meters per second. So, ang gawin ko, divide ko na 3.6 para mabilis mag-convert. So, tama. So, squared. G, 9.81. Radius, 200. Okay. Easy item, basta may formula. Okay. So, that is tag. Okay. And avatar, para maalala. So, banking angle is equivalent sa (17.7 degrees). or 67. Para parehas na parehas sa choices. 17.67 degrees. Okay, number 24. Okay. A projectile is thrown with a speed of velocity 100, okay, initial velocity 100 feet per second in a direction 30 degrees above the horizontal. Okay, so 30 degrees above the horizontal. Okay. So determine the highest point which it rises. Okay, so projectile motion, pero tayo tinatawag na highest point, yun yung Ymax. Okay? Last time, nagbigay na ako ng coding dito. So, i-recall ko lang yung coding. So, meron tayong dalawang formula na dinerive. Nilagyan natin ng coding na madalas itanong. Ano yun, sir? Isang Ymax at isang range. Okay? Lagi naman ganyan eh. Isang Ymax at range. Ano yung formula natin or coding? Bossing. Para maalala, sir, bossing lang yan. Bossing. Okay? Bossing parehas. Eh, huwag na kalimutan yung bossing. Kailangan ng tandaan dito is yung dalawang to. Okay? Pag Ymax, nasan yung dalawang to? Nasan yung dalawang to? Taas, baba. Tama ba? Taas, baba, sir. So, taas, baba. Yan yung Ymax. Ang range naman, ang dalawang to, nasa taas. Tama ba? Nasa taas. Nandito yung isa, nandito yung pangalawa. Okay? So, familiarization lang. Okay? May coding na tayo dyan. Derive formula na yan. Tatandaan na lang. Okay? Pag natandaan mo na yan, bonus na yung mga projectile motion. Lalo na yung Ymax tsaka range. Okay? Bonus na yan. Direct sum na sir. So, initial 100 sine 30 squared. Okay? Over twice ng, this is feet, so 32.2. Simplify. Okay, maximum velocity or maximum height. Ay 38.881 feet. Okay, this should be feet. This should be feet. Kasi English tayo eh. Ngayon, pag kinonvert ko naman yan papuntang meters, kaya dinivide ko ng 3.21. 11.83 meters. Tama ba? Okay? Walang 11.33 meters sa choices. So, huwag nating ipilit ito ha. Huwag nating ipilit. Tayo na mag-adjust. So, kung walang 11.38 meters sa choices, malamang anong sagot? Yung pareha sa magnitude. Okay? So, ito na mag-adjust. A talaga yan. Okay? Pero divide mo muna. Mamaya kasi tricky question. Okay? Saan kasi ganun eh. Okay? Mamaya kasi nag-tricky question na. Number 25. Okay. A stone is thrown vertically upward at the rate of 20 meters per second. So we have a stone. Nagis pataas, 20 meters per second. Okay. It will return to the ground after how many seconds? So meron tayong stone, tataas na tataas yan, and then hihinto, tapos bababa naman. So tanong, what is the total time para makabalik siya sa ground? Okay. So dynamics, topic, free-falling bodies. Okay? So, same formula, lahat lang ng X gawing Y, lahat ng A gawing negative G. Para maalala natin yung formula. So, kung alam mo na yung rectilinear, ganun lang mag-convert. So, ano gagawin sir? Isulat mo lahat. Kasi recalling na rin ang tawag doon. Recalling na rin. So, that is VO minus GT. Formula pa rin yung kanina. Pinalitan ko lang lahat. Okay? V squared, VO squared, minus 2GY. Tama ba? Y, VOT, minus 1/2 GT squared. Okay? So, analyze. Anong formula yung may time? Sir, eto, tsaka yan. Kaso ito, may Y na kailangan. So, wala akong Y. So, ito lang gamitin ko. Eh, kasi time lang naman yung tinatanong. So, substitute natin. So, what is the final velocity? Ano ba velocity pag nandito na? Ano velocity? 0 na yan, sir. So, that is 0 equivalent sa initial 20 minus G 9.81 times time. Kasi yung time na yan, yan yung time up lang. Okay? So, solve natin yung time up. Yung time paakyat, kasi yun na naman yung makukuha. Yung time paakyat. So we have 2.04 seconds. Okay, ang tinatanong is yung pagbalik niya, okay? Yun lang naman yung logic nun eh. Kung gaano siya katagal umakyat, ganoon din siya katagal bumaba. So meaning yung total time, so time total, okay? That is simply twice ng time up. Kasi yung time up, equivalent din siya sa time down. Okay, ganun talaga yung principle ng dynamics. Okay, so times 2 na lang yan. So times 2.04. Okay, so total time natin is 4.08 seconds. Okay, or other solution. Kunyari, ayaw mo ng ganyan, sir. Kunyari lang, ayaw mo ng ganyan. Madali naman yan eh. Pero or, ano yun, sir? You can use this equation. Eh, sir, wala nga akong y. Huwag yung y na to yung ilagay mo. Ang y na ilagay mo, yung nandito. Tama? Di ba, tataas? Bababa. So, pag nandito na yung y, ano yung y natin? 0. Tama? O di, pwede rin yan. 0 ang gamitin mo. So, 0 equivalent sa initial 20 time minus 1/2 9.81 t squared. Okay, so solve for time, shift solve. Pag nag-shift solve ka, maglagay ka ng value. Kasi pag di ka naglagay ng value, sasabihin niya 0. Kasi sa 0 time, 0 talaga yan. Tama? So maglagay ka ng value, shift solve, maglagay ka doon kahit ano. Tama? Pag nag-shift solve ka, 4.08 pa rin lalabas. Okay? So ikaw na mag-adjust. Parehas madali. Okay? Kung saan ka mas sanay, saan mas na-appreciate more, naintindihan, yun yung gamitin na solution. So, shift solve, maglagay ka ng value pag nag-shift solve ka. Para hindi mag-zero. Okay. So, 26. I think this will be our last item. Then break muna tayo. So, 11:30 tayo mag-break. Resume tayo ng 12. Okay? And then yung 12 onwards, 12 to 1, tapos natin itong kulang. Okay? So, number 26. Okay. Na-solve ba yung 26? Na-try ba to? Na-try? Na-try ba? Pakitry nga saglit. Madali lang yung 26. Malaking bagay din yung nagtatry tayo.